Hey there, this is Michael with Buffalo Finances, and I figured it made sense to talk about what to do if you have a business that's operating on your property. And I don't mean just out of home office. A lot of people will have an office in their home, what they'll operate their business from or part of their business out of. But what I'm talking about is, let's say you have your home, and then on your property, you also have a shop, and you do your work out of that shop. Now, that's a little different than a home office because you've got the whole plot of land of property, and then a large portion, let's just say half of it in this case, goes toward the business. Now, you can go through and you can do the normal division that you would do for a home office deduction, where you say, this is all my property that's shared, and this is the expenses that's related to everything, and I'm going to take a portion of it as, like, let's say I'll take 50% of property taxes and put it there as the deduction, and then everything related to shop is 100% deductible, like the utilities that go to that shop, supplies you buy for that shop, maybe you have a special internet that goes to that shop, that kind of thing. Now that's complicated. What would make more sense is if you took yourself out of the equation and said, what if I rented this shop to somebody else so they could run their business out of it? What would that number be? Like, what's a real number? And let's say it's $500 a month. Like that, just grabbing a number off the top of my head. You have this, like a 2-car garage where you work your shop out of, and you charge someone $500 a month to run their business out of it. That makes sense. It might even $1,000 a month probably makes more sense. And normally in those arrangements you have something special for. You'd figure out if that includes property taxes or it does not, whether it includes utilities or not, and that kind of stuff. So that makes more sense. And we would call that, we would call that I have it right here. Here we go. Fair rental value. So it should be reflective of what you would really charge in the market. And that would be consistent with, the way to figure that out is just see how much it would cost to rent the same square footage near you for the same type of area. And I would grab that information, because you can find it. You might do some digging, but find that information and then use that as your support for the number. And then, to make it even more solidified, write this down in an agreement and say the business is going to pay the homeowner, yourself, this much per month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, for rental of this space. Put it in writing. And then actually send the money from the business to yourself. That way there's a record of cash moving. It might seem silly, but we're going to do everything we can to make this appear legit and not just something that we're kind of creating. Because the last thing we want is the government to walk it back years later and then charge interest and penalties on top of losing that tax deduction. So hopefully that's helpful for you. This is Michael with Buffalo Finances. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon.